Hey, what's up there, concert band? Mr. Summers here, and this is lesson 165, Dancing Melody for Winds and Keyboard Percussion. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So first thing, I want you to open up your Bandmate Chromatic Tuner. We're going to be using this for this exercise to make sure our new note is correct. Make sure the toggle here is on the flat, and of course that you have your correct instrument selected at the top. Okay, let's go through. I'll go through each instrument one at a time. So while I'm doing this, once you got your new note figured out, just practice that new note a few times with your tuner, okay? All right, so we'll start with flutes. Your new note flute is G flat, so you're going to start with G and add your right ring finger to make it flat, okay? G, G flat. That's going to sound like this. All right, next we have oboe. So oboe, you're going to have your G, and then you're going to add your right index finger to make G flat. Okay, oboe, G flat, like so. Clarinet and bass clarinet. Your new note is A flat, and it's this key right here on the side. Okay, so this is your A key, and this is your A flat key. Remember to keep your index finger tip over the tone hole and play the A key and the A flat key with the side of your finger. So clarinets, your A flat will sound like this. All right, next we have alto saxes. Alto saxes, your new note is E flat, and we play E flat like E, but with the right little finger on the top of the two keys there. So under your right hand little finger, you'll see that there are two keys, and you're going to press the top of those two keys, okay? And that's going to give you your E flat. All right, tenor sax. Your new note is A flat, okay? And you're going to play A flat like you would play G, but you're going to add your left little finger on the top left hand key. So under your left little finger, there are four keys. You're going to press the top one. Next, trumpets and all valved brass except for horn. Okay, trumpet, euphonium, baritone, tuba. Your new note is second and third valve. Okay, second and third valve. For trumpet, that's your A flat. Sounds like this. Excuse me. See, I had a notification come up on my iPad and it distracted me, and that's why I missed my A flat. So really important to turn off your notifications when you practice. Okay, so for low brass, euphonium, baritone, tuba, second and third valve, just like trumpet, but the note is called G flat. G flat, okay? Horn, your new note is going to be your high or your low D flat. For high D flat, that's going to be your second valve, your middle finger. For your low D flat, it's going to be your second and third valve, okay? And last but not least, trombone, G flat, just like the low brass, the rest of the low brass, fifth position, okay? Trombone, fifth position. All right, let's all play that note one more time, all together. Check it with your tuner and make sure that it says the right note on your tuner and that the needle is as close to the center as possible. Ready? Big breath. 1, 2, ready. Excellent. All right, now we're ready to play the song. Oh, by the way, keyboard percussion, I didn't mean to forget about you. Your new note is G flat as well. If you look on your keyboard, if you find the group of 3 accidentals, it's going to be the one all the way to the leftmost of the 3 accidentals. That's your G flat. Okay, so we're ready to play number 165. Let's count and clap through it. Then we'll check the key signature, and then we'll play it. All right, so notice your dotted quarter note followed by eighth note rhythm in measures 3 and 5. Make sure you're subdividing that correctly. Count and clap with me. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Great job. Now, as always, in these video lessons, you might need to repeat things more than once. So we're going to move on now, but if you need to go back and do that a few more times to get it, please do. This is I want you to do this at your pace, okay? All right, now let's check the key signature. C instruments, raise your hand. There you are, excellent. All right, how many flats do you have in this song, C instruments? Show me with your fingers. 3 is correct, great job. And those flats are, say them with me, in order, B flat, E flat, and A flat. Okay, so all your B's, all your E's, and all your A's will be flat in this song. Okay, B flat instruments, raise your hands. Great. Show me with your fingers how many flats. 1, great. And what is that flat? B flat, great. And F's are natural, no F sharps in this, okay? All right, E flat instruments, alto saxes. How many flats or sharps? 0 is correct. Everything is natural. And finally, our horn, how many flats? 2, B flat, and E flat. Excellent. Now, I want you all, we're going to play this in just a second, but I want you all to point to the first note, which is that new note that we just learned. Name that note out loud. What's it called? Okay, now I want you to count up in this song how many times you are going to play that note in the whole song. How many times? 7 is correct. Great job if you said 7. If you said anything other than 7, go back and review your music again. Okay, now, I want you to put your finger on that first note again, the very first note of the song. What's it called? Don't feel weird about answering out loud even though I can't hear you. Just no one will know. It's fine. All right, now I want you to point to the third note of the song. The third note, not the second note, the third note. What is that note called? Is it the same as the first note? It is the same as the first note. Okay, so if your first note is G flat, the third note is also G flat. If your first note is A flat, the third note is also A flat, and so on and so forth. Okay, remember, a flat or a sharp or a natural counts for the whole measure. Okay, it stays in effect for the entire measure until you get to the bar line. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and try to play this. We'll start at a pretty quick tempo, and then we'll go slow. So we're actually going to kind of go in reverse order, and I'll explain why in a second. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a go. All right, here we go. Number 165, 4 clicks and you're in. All right, great job. Now, if you feel like you did pretty well with that, try it a few more times. Really make sure you got it down and completely mastered it. If, on the other hand, you were like, whoa, what just happened? Stick with me. We'll slow it down. Okay, if you got it down, you're good to go. I'll see you next time. Okay? Practice it multiple times, but you're free to go. Okay? Now, if you had any trouble with that at all, stick with me and we'll slow it down for you. All right, so we're gonna do this again nice and slow, but this time what I want you to do as I play along with the accompaniment, I want you to choose your own adventure, okay? Remember we did this in class? You're gonna either count and clap, you can name the notes, like say the letter names of the notes out loud, just make sure if it's a flat, you say flat. You can wind pattern, or you can actually try to play it as written. Okay, so you kind of choose your own adventure on this, all right? Let's try it. Here we go. Ready and go. to speed it up, but if you want to do it again at that slow tempo, go ahead and do it. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. Again, choose your own adventure. Count and clap, wind pattern, name the notes, play it as written, up to you. Here we go. Great job, and I'm going to speed it up just a little bit, and we'll play it one more time. Again, choose your own adventure. Here we go. Ready? Great job. Now the great thing about what we're doing here, learning via video, obviously it can't replace real rehearsal in school. But the great thing about this is that you can choose how many times you need to watch the lesson or watch each part or play each exercise, right? So you might have just finished this lesson and played along with me every time and feel like you got a pretty good handle on it and you're ready to move on. On the other hand, you might feel like, you know what, I need to go back and do the whole lesson again. Or, you know what, I might need to go back just a few seconds and do that last time a few more times. Or, you know what, I might need to count and clap a few times and then wind pattern a few times and then play a few. It's really kind of up to you, okay? So you're going to use the tools that I've given you to guide yourself to mastering this exercise. All right? And if you're still having trouble after all of that, please reach out to me and I will be happy to help you one-on-one. Okay? Great job with 165. I'll see you next time.